All right, Grizz Nation, we are back. This is the Fight on Montana podcast, and we do have another co-host here. This is McKenna. This is my youngest. Can you say hi?
Hi.
She wanted to say something. She wanted to say something about the Grizz game. What did you think of the Grizz game?
Well, I think a guy cheated.
You think a guy cheated?
Oh, geez.
So that was when Brooks was in the going for a touchdown, right?
And then other guy pushed him.
You didn't like that, did you? You got robbed.
Yep.
She didn't. She was yelling at the ref.
Maybe there should have been a penalty there.
You thought there was a penalty there?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Should have thrown a flag.
I think a lot of people agreed with you on that.
Yeah. What are some rules that Dad has during Grizz games?
Don't get on his back and don't.
Why you like to wrestle and stuff? So why does Dad not want you to be on his back?
So you don't miss a part.
Well, and also for what? What happens when Dad gets excited and stuff?
And he jumps up and
go flying off.
Yeah.
I might fly.
You might fly. Cool. Is that all you wanted to say?
No.
No, you're gonna have your own podcast.
Look at that look. That's awesome.
Do you think the Grizz are gonna win this week?
Yes.
Yes.
We're just with Mia.
You heard Mia. That's our new dog, huh?
Oh, there you go.
And we have a new cat.
And we have a new cat we got for your birthday. Yep. What's your cat's name?
Midnight.
Okay. Not Monty.
No, I couldn't get the Monty. It was her cat, so she got to name it. But the dog, I didn't get to name Monty. We settled for Mia instead.
Mia.
So.
Instead of Monty or Dave Dickinson.
There you go. I wanted Griz, but that didn't work out either, huh?
Because it wasn't black.
Well, your cat's black, yes.
Oh, sure.
We're talking about Mia. We're talking about Mia.
Yeah.
All right, I love you. You're going to go to bed?
No.
I know. I love you.
No.
I got to go.
No.
That's the hardest part is going bedtime. Especially on Sunday night. It's like, I'd rather stay up.
Sleep tight.
Daddy, when you're done, can you come and kiss me?
That's so sweet.
All right. Sorry.
No, that was so sweet of her. That was awesome having her on.
Yeah. Well, I a while back, I had my son on, and she was like asking me when do I get to be on? I'm like, how about today?
Yeah, why not? Especially on Sunday night. It's
exactly
not like a late Monday, or sometimes, well, as the fans know, we record at weird times because Adam and I both have a lot going on. So
yeah,
sometimes it's late at night when we're doing this thing.
Yep. So we're doing on a Sunday right now. So I was like, we're putting the kids to bed before school tomorrow, so might as well do it. So,
well, I think we'll be recording Sundays a lot this year, probably just because. Yeah. Like for me, I couldn't record tomorrow because I'll be in the Denver airport and in Kansas City airport. And it's like, so just lots going on.
Yeah, definitely. How are you doing, man?
Oh, pretty good, man. It was a late night last night because I actually didn't get to watch the game live. I had a fly fishing event at our local fly shop that the Fly Lords were putting on, which are they're doing this Midwest fly shop tour. And I'm good friends with the owner of the fly shop. And so we put that event on. The event went awesome. We raised $1,800 for the Black Hills Fly Fishers, which goes back to, helping the environment and stuff. We do all sorts of donations and stuff. But so I was a little behind. So I had my phone shut off and watched it. And yeah, I mean, at the same time, it was like, I don't think it's as stressful when it's not live for some reason.
No.
So here's what happened. I turned it on ESPN, not trying to see anything, but it was halftime. And so I saw the halftime score and I was like, okay, well, how do we get to that? So got to watch that. And then from halftime on, I didn't know what happened. So the funny part is I was really trying not to look. And I thought that it said it was 27-17 at half, not 21-17. So,
okay.
Like we're getting really close. And I told telling my wife, I was like, man, I don't know. We got to score again here, I think. And she's like, I swear it said 27-17, not 21-17. And lo and behold, I was wrong. I missed that little
one.
One looked, yeah, I thought it looked like a 7 apparently, because I was just trying not to look when I put the game on. But hey,
it's hard. I've been in that same situation where you don't want to look and you're like, okay, I'm gonna really fast, just rewind really fast. I wish they had a button on there where you could play from the beginning.
Well, so mine does on.
Does it?
Play from the beginning, but when I turned it on to the thing, they now are putting the scores below each game if they're going on, and I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
So that's what got me. I thought it would just show. Usually, sometimes it just shows like the two teams and no score, but this, in case when I threw it up on the TV, it had the dang score. So it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Yeah.
I'd have been much disappointed if it was like the other way around and we were actually losing.
Gosh.
It was still a little close from where I thought it would be at half, but then we pulled away and we predicted 42-7 and it was 42-17. So
we were close.
10 points off. So that's
not bad.
Yeah.
Well, hey, before we get into the football, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go into some Grizz rundown of some scores of other sports. Then we'll get into kind of our thoughts and our feelings about the Grizz game against Central Washington. And then we'll go into the upcoming game against UND.
I got lots of notes on UND.
Man, so that's going to be an interesting one. So
that's what I spent the day doing, was watching UND film.
Oh, man. Yeah, I did that into the wee hours of
I know you were texting me. I was like, man, I'm too tired. I'm sorry.
So soccer, guys. Soccer. I think we went over this last week. They played MSU Billings today in Missoula. They beat MSUB 5-0. So a resounding win. They don't play until next Sunday, and they will play UC Davis in Davis, California. So that one will be on ESPN Plus at 1:00 Mountain Time. So definitely you'll be able to watch it. And probably if you're going down there, that would be awesome too. Support the ladies. So,
heck yeah.
And then the Thursday after that, they'll play Gonzaga at home. So on ESPN Plus. So definitely go support the ladies at soccer team. They've had some really tough games, and they're 3-2-1 right now. At home, they're 3-1-1, and away they're 0-1. So definitely got a really good team. They're picked to be right up at the top. And like we said in other podcasts, they are hosting the Big Sky tournament later on in the year. And I think it's November 5th. So definitely hasn't turned to conference play yet. Conference play will start on September 25th. So
coming up pretty quick here.
They've got 3 more games to kind of round out their off-season schedule, and then they'll get into the conference where it's really important. So
yeah.
But let's go into some volleyball, because volleyball had a great weekend. They had if you guys were at the game, maybe you guys went and saw the volleyball played in their invitational. They played Oakland to 3-0, sweep.
Yeah.
And they swept North Dakota State as well. And then they played Oakland. It says they played Oakland twice.
They did. Yeah, they played them again.
And so it's 3-1.
3-1. Yep, the last one to win.
So they
won the whole thing.
They won their invitational. So
that's way awesome.
That is awesome. And so that helps them a lot, because going into that tournament, they were 0-3. Now they're 3-3. And so
that was huge.
Yeah, very huge to get that kind of momentum going into their next tournament, which is going to be starting this Friday. They go over to the Indiana State tournament. They're going to be playing Indiana State on Friday at 9 a.m. That's not on ESPN Plus because it doesn't say that it is, which I think it should be, because it's Missouri Valley.
Sometimes Missouri, usually Missouri Valley is on ESPN Plus, but sometimes even when they're on Midco, they're still on ESPN Plus usually.
Exactly.
So.
And then Friday again, later on in the day, they'll play Butler and then they'll finish up on Saturday against Eastern Illinois. And so yeah,
So speaking of Indiana State, I don't know if you saw this. They beat Eastern Illinois 38-14.
Yeah,
they're 2-0. I was like,
yeah.
So Indiana State's decent this year.
Did you see the replay of the Northern Colorado State game?
No, I didn't. But
Northern Colorado got hosed.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the end of it. I know I was watching it.
Yeah,
watching the scorers, and I was just like, "What?"
So
to
the end of the game, Northern Colorado goes down, throws a pass in the end zone. The guy catches it, gets dropped to the ground, catches it. They call it a touchdown. They review it and they reverse the call and they lose the game.
Oh my gosh!
So
what did you think? Was it legit or should have Northern?
I thought it should have been a touchdown. Even the announcers at Colorado State said that's a catch.
Wow. Jeez.
So that's a harsh.
You sounds like them refs. Jeez.
Yeah. So I thought it definitely go back if you haven't seen it. Tell us what you guys think too. If you guys don't think it was a catch, I didn't see much. He fought two guys off to catch the ball, came down. I didn't see any movement. I could be wrong, but I didn't see any movement. So,
well, I'm gonna definitely have to watch that. Tonight. I'm gonna go check that out.
And then I think Presbyterian beat another team too, a Southern Conference team.
Yeah, there's some
weird games
out there. Well, I mean, there's some strange stuff going on out there.
Sac State loses on an interception, ran in for a touchdown against Nevada. There's some weird games.
Even though you picked Sac and I picked Nevada last week, I was really hoping Sac was going to pull that off just because anytime we could beat up on Choate, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
I told my wife, anytime the neighbors lose and the Grizz win, it's a great day. I don't care if it's a blowout or a close game. Anytime, it's a good day.
I haven't rewatched that either, like that game, but I did see like the highlight of the whole muff punt and they scored on, and then and I did see that end highlight of them losing, like right at the end there, and South Dakota State winning. But
I saw the two overtimes. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see this neighbor team and how they develop through, because it's a drastically they're a good team. The loss. This is just me being me. This is not like a Grizz fan and me hating the neighbors, but that game, they're still one of the two best teams in the conference. Like they're going to be good.
No, I don't think they should be penalized in the rankings.
No.
They should keep both of them right there. Like North Dakota State 1, Jacks 2, Cats 3 is how it should be.
Yeah. Don't they usually
Adam's laughing because I found this joke someone posted on.
I saw that the other day or today.
On Instagram. Awesome. It's a picture of Bobby Houck and Coach Vegan, and Bobby's going knock knock, and Vegan's who's there? Owen who? Owen 2. So it's just it cracked me out. I knew you'd laugh. That's why I said it to you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you want to get into the game, the game that we just watched against Central Washington.
Yeah, that sounds good. I say let's do that, and then when we get done breaking down North Dakota State, we'll do the picks.
Okay.
Not North Dakota State, North Dakota. Jeez,
North Dakota.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, let me share the stats here so people can see the stats and what we're looking at. Let's see here.
So, like, to start, I mean, let's just talk about this real quick. Eli Gilman. Holy cow, man.
Right?
It was 198 yards he had, I think.
Well, yeah, and it was really close to 200. He was away.
Yeah. So. Really close to 200. And so my question for you is this. Does he get Big Sky Player of the Week?
He should.
I think he should.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hell of a performance.
What, at 15 carries, 198 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think he gets it.
I think he should. And then, two, I think someone that had an awesome game, and it just got announced today. At least as far as our game, they called him defensive player of the game. Kylan Loud, 5 tackles, a tackle for loss, and a pass breakup. Man, like he looked good out there. Like you could tell the progression of his game from last year.
Yeah, I was watching the game with my wife and my kids, and when my wife saw that, he's like, "No, that was kind of lucky." And I'm like, "No, if you look at his head, he knows the ball's coming, and he flails his arm back to get some type of a pass breakup."
Yeah.
I was really impressed by him and how he responded and how he's just developed. He's a lot more physical, which is awesome. I think it was weird because in different situations, different players kind of rose up, and then it was like somebody else's time, then somebody else's time. I know Peyton Wing was like first, and then it was Elijah Torbert, and then Clay Owen. Oven. Holy cow, he had an amazing game through special teams, and then at the end, man, he was probably one of our best linebackers. And then Oluwaski, he was doing great as well. So it's
almost like you get that number 37 and you just have to play up to it. It's just
exactly
it feels like that's just how it goes,
Yep.
Let's
talk about that first half.
Sure.
It was a tight game. We on defense, and I told one of my friends this. I think that's going to be the area where it's going to take a little bit more time to gel and to kind of get things going with so many new pieces. And they played a lot of guys. They played a lot of guys.
A lot of guys. I know Bobby said that after the game, he was pumped how many guys they got to play. But it's good to get like anytime college snaps are so big, and you could see a difference between the first half and the second half too with the defense and just how they were playing. So like it's going to take a little time, but I mean, I was pleased with the coaching. It seemed like they were taking and understanding and making changes to how they were approaching the different plays that were being called and stuff. So
and then that first half too, we weren't getting enough pressure with that defensive line. They did some changes there. Ramos in the second half started getting a lot better pressure as well, and that better push up there to help those guys get through there. And then I thought for what I saw, we don't have the 22 film, but it looked like our corners were playing pretty well. It's not something that
there was it in the first or second half? I'm just trying to remember now. I think it was Lawler got called for a PI.
Yeah,
he turned his damn head. Like
exactly.
I didn't PI at all. I was like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" And my wife agreed with me too. She's like, "That's not what the heck." And I was like, "That was a good play."
That was a good play. He wasn't even holding on to him. His arm was out.
And he turned his head back to the ball too. It was such a good play. I was like, "What the?"
Yeah.
But whatever. That one bothered me.
Well, and I think Loud got penalized for one of those too, and he didn't look back. Or no, it wasn't. It was Boyd who did that. Boyd, and he didn't get his. Man. He did too. And where did he come from? He didn't play last year, did he?
I don't think so. I'm looking him up right now.
Okay, because he had a pretty good game as one of those safeties that they have. Going into it, guys, it was what 21-14 or 21-17 at half. One of the things that I think that people are going to talk about, right? Let's talk about the quarterback position, right?
Yeah.
I think in that first half there was some jitters. I think there's some passes that he wished he probably had back. That one over the top center of the field. I don't think he saw that guy. Threw it kind of soft to the tight end, which I think you've got to kind of lob that one out where it's in the back of the end zone and where the tight end can only get it. He lobbed it kind of in front of the guy, and the guy kind of swooped in and intercepted it there.
Yeah, it needs to be a much more loftier pass and not. Yeah. At the same time, it was like, okay, we drove down, we were right there. That sucks.
Yeah.
But again, unlike what some people thought might happen, he didn't get pulled. Learn from your mistakes and keep going. And he definitely progressed during the game. And one thing I'll say, just the eye test looking at Ayat, that boy's put some weight on.
He has put some weight on.
Tell that he's been hitting the gym and stuff, which is awesome. So, and he looks, I felt more confident out there than beginning of last year. So.
Well, and you look at some of the passes that he made, referencing the one that my daughter said that they cheated on. He threw that one really, really well to Brooks, where Brooks could make the catch. Unfortunately, he didn't. He probably is killing himself. He would probably wish that he had that back, but it was a good throw.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other one was, I think it was in the second half, where he threw it to Wortham and it was a little bit too high. Wortham went off his hands and then intercepted it. I don't fault for somebody like that one. That's going to happen. Tip passes are going to happen.
Well, I mean, look at the if anybody watched Arch Manning in his first game against Ohio State, he was throwing balls and people were making. I mean, that poor kid. People are making Uncle Rico references to him.
I saw that too.
Give me a break. I mean, the other one that I liked with Ayat was that touchdown to Deck when he shook off. That could have been sacked. Shook him off and kept going and
bounced off.
Instead of running, what did he do? He looked downfield and threw it.
Yep.
Or last year, you may have saw him go to the run faster, and that was one thing that felt like too. He's trying to step up in the pocket, make the plays, and then also being smart by sliding and not. We need you for the whole season. You don't need to be the hero out there and running people over. Let's.
And that was a crappy spot too, by the way. Oh my goodness, I was like 2 or 3 yards like behind where he actually slid. And I also thought there was 2 instances where he did really well with taking pressure.
Mm-hmm.
He had some times where the line did not give him enough time. And he took a sack, which I'm glad he didn't try to make too much out of it. There was another time where he knew he was going to get a sack and he threw it into got the penalty for the intentional grounding. But at least he didn't try to make something out of nothing and fumble the ball or intercept
pass and get an interception or something.
So there were some good growing things that I saw. He also passed for 250 yards.
Yeah.
That's the most he's done. He's had two touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 250. Let me see if I can get down.
Well, I know after the game, when they did the post-game interview with Bobby, he thought it was one of his best games that he's had. Yep. Is what he said. And I thought I really saw the progression. I know there's people out there that are still questioning Ayat and stuff. There's a few, but I think for the most part, I think most people are pretty impressed. I know I was. I'm happy with what I've seen, and I think he's just going to continue to progress and gain the trust of his teammates and stuff.
Yeah. So, well, and let's go through some of the stats, guys, here. So very close in first downs, 21 to 20. Central Washington had the edge there. We had the same amount of rushing first downs. We had 8 more passing. They had 3 more first downs on penalties, which that was kind of alarming. The penalties that we had, I think we had like 95 yards. I'm trying to find it here to their 8 penalties for 85 yards. They only had 3 for 25.
Wow.
Which was really weird. Rushing, we had over 310 yards of rushing. They had, 310, and they had 221. And 1 touchdown. We had 4 touchdowns. Passing, we had 257. They had 108. So total yards 567, which is awesome. I think that we'll take that anytime.
Yeah.
For the first game, we lost 1 fumble. I feel like this is a good game that we can grow on, but I think there's a lot of points that we left on the field.
I agree. Well, I mean that drive when he threw the pick right there.
Yeah.
You get that touchdown instead of that, like a pick in the end zone stopping the Grizz. That's gonna, we talk about momentum swings. It's gonna swing the momentum their way, and they're gonna be really excited. And all of a sudden, the offense like, oh god, we just no. And so that's big, and that's just like you said, points off the board. But it's learning. Even though it was close at halftime, we ended up pulling away like we should and stuff, and winning 42-17. And then the thing is we got a lot of people in there, and then next thing Jensen was in. I was actually surprised with that. I thought Flowers might be.
I thought Flowers would have been in there. Yeah,
I thought so too. But either way, they put Jensen in. He didn't look like he was banged up or anything, and played all right. And
At time of possession was something what we thought was going to happen. They had it for over 36 minutes. We had it for 23.
Okay, speaking of that,
Yeah.
there was times it hit 0 and they didn't throw the damn flag. It's like those refs. I mean, it's just like, come on, man. Like it's one of them. Bobby was livid because 0 and they weren't throwing it. It's like, what the heck's going on here?
I know it's the Grizz first game, but it shouldn't be the refs' first game. Third down, they were 4 of 14. We were 7 of 12 and 1 and 2 on fourth down. The red zone, we were 3 of 4. We had 1 sack, which I thought we would get a little bit more pressure on them. Their line did pretty well with our pressure. I was impressed.
Yeah, my guy, Tupupu, didn't have. I thought he'd be back there blowing up the backfield. I mean, he was there at places, but it always seemed like he was like on the backside of plays and stuff, like almost like they were going away from him a little bit, is what it felt like to me.
Well, yeah, and they were definitely trying to read how we were blitzing and sliding their line over in that direction. One thing is, man, that first half, we did a little bit better in the second half, but man, we were doing a lot of arm tackling. And I was just like, oh no, this is a whole lot like last year.
Yeah, last year that was driving me up the wall, all the arm tackling they had.
Yeah.
But it got better.
It did get better.
Like this surprised me. So like Cade Boyd, he was tackling what? I checked it out, Billings Central High School.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. The other one that surprised me, my wife noticed him right away. It was Diesel Wilkinson.
Yeah, he is a monster.
He was laying the wood out there and making tackles, and she's like, did I just hear that right? I'm like, yeah, it's Diesel, but with a Z. I was like, yeah, he played well. And then the one that surprised me,
that Brady hit at the end of the game.
No, I was just saying Kate Cutler. Number 30 from Phillipsburg, man. That kid all of a sudden was all over the place. Like, I saw him in all these plays. I was like, who's this kid? So
and it was like that they had their times, right? Each player had their times. Elijah Brady had that hit at the end of the game, which was amazing hit. But yeah, I think that it's going to take us some time. How much time? I had a friend say, yeah, that's good and all and everything like that, but we can't have it wait like we did last year. And I said, yeah, no. I think we're going to be better off in the long run. We're a better defensive unit. We're a whole lot faster. We're a whole lot more athletic. And it's not like we're getting beat and they can't do it. So the one thing that I was really excited about is we were able to put our guys on islands and they didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Last year they did.
Everybody, that's why we had to switch to going so much more zone last year.
Yep.
We couldn't rely on our cornerbacks to man up so that we can do some of these unique things with the 3-3-5 inside. So
one of the things too is with the tackling is I heard that they didn't do as much tackling in fall ball because they did not want to get players dinged up.
Yeah, and injured. Yeah. Well, especially going into a season where you're not going to have a bye week.
Yeah. So that could be a lot of it too.
I was, like I said, I was surprised, but we're bringing up names like Boyd and Cutler.
Yeah.
Because these are guys that are playing kind of that second role.
Yep.
And they were making plays. So that's where I was. Yeah. I was surprised and happy with seeing like when you said Clay Evan came in, guys that weren't necessarily supposed to be the number ones or on that rotation. Yep. They were coming in, all of a sudden they're making plays and they're fired up, which I love seeing that.
So, yeah, and just to go into the defense, since we're talking about the defensive side of the ball, you know, your tackle leader was Clay Evan with 8 tackles. You had Diesel with 7. You had Keon Loud with 5. Aluski with 5. Kellen Dietrich with 5. Torbert with 4. Cade Cutler with 4. Solo, as they call him, had 4. But man, you go down the list, and there's player after player after player that some of these guys are probably you're probably not going to see them. Finn Ridgway, I didn't see him, but he played.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Samula, I did not see him play, but he's on here. So there's a lot of players.
A lot
played.
a lot of people got playing time, which is what you want. Like,
Exactly.
I knew that was gonna, once we started pulling away, that was gonna happen, and then you hope, like, hey, don't give up any more scores, so that it gives you a weirder look. But
Yep,
that's what you're hoping out of these games, and because obviously next week we're not gonna be able to do that, so we're gonna
no.
all
Well,
the whole game. So,
and let's talk about the rushing, right? We talked about Ayat. Anything last thing about Ayat?
nothing. I just think he's progressed a ton from last year
I
from
think so
Musab,
too.
and I think he's just going to continue to get better and gain confidence and just
Yep.
play more. And then, especially, you think about the receiving core, and I mean, everybody's new,
Yep.
and so, like, it's just going to continue to grow. And I tell you what, having Michael Wortham out there as the Swiss
Oh
Army
my
knife,
gosh.
freaking Mr. Electric, get him the ball and see what he does. Like, it's almost like a second coming of Junior Bergen, but doesn't look injured. And speaking of that, I'm sure people want to know, it looks like he just got dinged up a little bit. I mean, I think he's going to be fine next week.
Yeah, I think he fell on the ball.
Yeah, it
looked like he had a big old defensive lineman come and like attack him. He fell on that ball.
Some people said that he was icing that I talked to the game, icing his head a little bit, and it sounds like he's going to be fine and is going to play. Yeah. And it's more like, all right, keep him out. We don't need you anymore for this game. Like, we have plenty of guys that can do it. But
and let's go into the receiving. Since we're talking, we'll go to the running backs later. But the receiving core, since we're talking about Michael, I know I texted you that I felt kind of bad, like thinking, man, like I feel like this guy is more athletic and could break off, kind of like what Bergen did, but it's in more than one position, Bergen, I felt like that every punt and if he was back there for kick returns, but I didn't feel that like when he lined up on the field,
right,
he could take it, or when he would lined up in Wildcat, like what's going to happen, right? Yeah. This guy, man alive, I know he played JUCO quarterback at the JUCO level and at the high school level. So this guy can throw the ball. It's not like he is a running back or receiver coming in. He knows how to play the position.
I think the reason they didn't let him throw and just like had him do pure wildcat, is hold it. Bob, we like to do this, and every coach hold it back so that when you see it, you're like, oh, he's going to just run it, and then, oh yeah, well, he can do this too. Like, so that's going to be something they'll bust out for sure. We know they will.
Oh yeah. 6 receptions, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Man,
he was
electric.
4 for 29 for carrying it when he was playing Wildcat. So
yeah, well, that's, and then if you add in the punt return, and because I think he did 1 punt return, didn't he?
Yeah, I got it right.
And then kick return, he did kick returns as well.
Let's see here. I thought he had a punt return.
I thought he did too.
He doesn't have it on here, but I swear he did. Didn't have his kick return, I swear.
It has his punt return. Here you go.
Okay.
He had 1 punt return for 41 yards.
Okay. I'm looking at ESPN. So
yeah, he had two kickoff returns for 50 yards. So that's 91 yards there. So he had over 200 total purpose yards.
He's definitely something special. I'm so glad that he saw the light and left Eastern and came over to the Grizz.
Well, and another thing that excited me is they were targeting him. You could tell they're like, hey, let's get it to Michael. We've got to get him going. And then they're like, hey, let's go to Brooks.
Well, even that touchdown that he got, that long run, you can see he's smart running the ball. He turned back so that like the guys could make a block for him, so he can make sure, like, if they had to make the block, let me get in the end zone. So I mean, like, he's a smart player too. He sees the fill well and knows what he's doing out there. So it's going to be exciting how we can use him, and just he's got to stay healthy. That's the number one thing for him. Don't let him get hurt. So
it was also nice to see Drew Deck get a touchdown, get a reception, get him on the board.
That's where. So my wife said this, and I was like, "Hey, it's a good point." She goes, "Why don't they let just Deck return punts? Don't let Wortham, because dang it, you need him for the offense. Don't let him get smashed up out there or something."
Yeah,
Deck had great returns. Like, I was impressed with the way he looked out there. So.
Well, yeah, and he had 2 for 41. So he had 20-yard average for punt returns.
Yeah.
So they did well. I liked how that they had Stevie Rock. Didn't they had Stevie Rocker back in the kick returns as well?
He runs hard. It was nice.
Runs hard.
So, I don't know if we talked about this, but Stevie Rocker, gave him
amazing story.
Yeah, amazing story about him giving up his
bone marrow
and stuff to help cancer patients and stuff and then to let him have a game like he got and all those touches, like I was just so pumped for him because he's a good human being, and to let him do that was just awesome. Get him the ball and letting him get all those yards. So cool. Yeah,
so it was awesome to hear that story. He had 1 reception for 21 yards. He also had 5 carries for 72 yards.
And a teeter.
And a touchdown. Yeah. So the only thing with this, guys, and let's go into the rushing attack, right? Sure. Gilman, 15 for 198. We talked about that with 3 touchdowns, averaging 13.2.
Long at 61. That's 61. Awesome.
Yeah. Rocker, 5 of 72 with an average of 14.4. You've got Wortham that had
33.
Yeah. So you've got these high plays that we or just flashy plays. We didn't see that last year at all.
Well, and we didn't even see Finoti play.
No. So what happens? And I think we talked about this off air, is that the real thing is going to be, how can you guys get the play of who's going to get the ball?
Right.
The coaching staff has a huge task of, how do you guys get all these guys touches?
Mm-hmm.
I know that what I've heard, the receiving core is really tight, and so is the rushing core.
So
but at the same time, you want to get your best.
Yeah, you want to get your best players the ball, but I agree. I don't think any of them care. They want to win as a team. And you saw that, like where I really saw that was when Michael Wortham scored, and you had Brooks right there, and he was dancing with him afterwards, and like all the team members come up, and they're so happy for their team member.
Yeah.
They don't care. It's again that the name on the front, not the one on the back. It's
exactly,
how can I help the team win and achieve our goals? Because their goals are bigger than individual stuff. It's a team goal. We want to win the Big Sky. We want to make the playoffs. We want to win the national championship. So it's like that. Those are the goals.
So one area that I did not see them use is the tight ends, which I think that this next week they're going to have to use the tight ends, and when they face UND. Bridges had a catch that he probably should have had. What's that?
Schaefer had 1 catch for 18.
He did, yes, yeah. Schaefer had 1. I was thinking Josh Gale. They didn't use him.
Yeah, we didn't see that. So
I did see him out there. He's a big body too. Not as big as Schaefer, but like more height wise.
I think that kind of gets into what you're talking about. Like, where do you put the ball? And maybe like, okay, what do we feel comfortable with this week?
Yeah.
And what's the best? I look too is like where can we expose the other team's defense the best? Like, is it just pounding the rock this week? Is it spreading it out, or is it over the middle with the tight end or something? So yeah.
And our defense, for all purposes, we did a very good job of holding their quarterback in check.
Yeah.
McGill passing 7 of 16 for 76, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. He only had 13 rushes for 51 yards, so that's an average of 3, which is good.
Oh, so I've got him on ESPN only 39 yards.
Oh, sorry, that was the gain, not the net. Sorry. So 39, yeah, you're right. So 39 yards.
Which is unbelievable.
It's great.
They're used to him going over 100 for rushing.
Exactly.
So,
So, very good kind of getting him in control, and I think that's going to be good practice for this next week.
Yes.
Because we're going to be facing another running quarterback that has some good legs, is a very athletic guy. But yeah, last thoughts. What do you think, Luke, on this first game? It's a first game against a highly competitive D2 team. They're ranked in the top 20.
Yeah, I didn't know they were ranked so high. Like, I didn't realize that. And Central Washington, you could definitely tell. So like when I watched their first game on Flow Sports, and they had a hard time getting going in the first half. And then the second half is when they blew the doors off of it and put all those points up. And so similar to that, the Grizz, you could definitely tell this was our first game, and you could tell Central Washington, they already had, there's a difference.
Yes.
And, it's interesting to me looking at the Big Sky standings. We're on the top of it because we're 1-0. But if you look at the bottom, you got like Portland State, who's 0-3. They played 3 games, and we have 1 game in. It's so that does make a big difference. And so I'm glad that we have that in. And now, you're getting into the rhythm of the season now, and you have game film too that you can coach your players up on. That's huge, getting that film in. And that's what's so great about getting so many players in too, is now you can actually coach all those different players on, even if it's just a few plays, there's coaching there that can happen and stuff, which is awesome. And that's just how we get our players better and how we develop them. So I feel good about it. Like if we would have won 21-17, I'd be a little more nervous, but the fact is we did put 42 and there probably could have been more points. Especially in the fourth when, we threw our twos in and just started getting people playing time. And then the other side of it too is they did shorten the game by, running the damn play clock down so low. And so that just it causes you to have less plays. So
and a lot of those they had 40 seconds instead of 35.
Yeah. I was just trying to see. Okay, so time of possession,
36 minutes.
36 minutes to our 23:51.
Yeah.
So I mean that's to beat a team 42-17, and that's the time of possession swayed that much. Usually it's the opposite. I know.
Yep.
You'll hear coaches and Bobby say, "Oh, it doesn't matter." It does.
It does.
So
depending on how fast and even with 2 interceptions and a lost fumble, you throw that in there, and that's lost possession too. Mm-hmm. So it goes into it. Also,
you're gonna have those mistakes in the first game. You're gonna. I mean, I don't care who you are. So,
guys, and this is one of the things is that they had some guys in street clothes too. I think Frank said this, Matai Mataafa, a guy that we thought we would see on the defensive end. He was in street clothes. Tight end Jake Olson, Cameron Guernsey, Corbin Hendricks, cornerback Rashid Mansour, the JUCO, had his right arm in a sling. The defensive end Giovanni Pufferini, he was a JUCO guy. He had a boot on, and then his knee was on a cart. Jose Bolivar Mendoza, the Kennesaw offensive lineman. Defensive line Cole Mullenberg, the Valparaiso transfer, Grady Walker, Dane Parker, Matt Hilden, Trevor Steinbach, and then there Cody Schweikert, and then also linebacker Sam Merriman and Finoti were in street clothes. So
my theory of some of that is some of these guys are obviously hurt. Yeah. Other guys, you're going, okay, it's Central Washington. We have a lot of people at your positions.
Yeah.
Let's give you one more week because the real game starts in a week. As much as I know you want to play, if it's something that, is going to help them by not playing and get them, healing up better, and then we can use them this week, by gosh, all means.
Yeah.
So, same with like when we get to that, that's why, I'm getting ahead of myself. When we get to that Sacred Heart game, though, I feel like you're going to see this again where if anybody's dinged up, they're going to be like, get out of here. Like,
exactly.
Let's have you rest.
Yep.
The rest of our team can take care of this. You rest.
We shouldn't even play any of our starters. I don't think. But that's just me.
Like I said, use it as a bye week and get a bunch of playing time for everybody else. So, but that's a long way down the road. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we've got some games to go over before that. So,
absolutely.
So guys, our next game. Let's get into it. North Dakota, the Fighting Hawks. This Saturday, 1 p.m. It's going to be on ESPN Plus. If you're in Montana, it's on Script Sports. So we've got a 1 p.m. kickoff. It's going to be interesting. This North Dakota team is a good team.
They're very good, yeah.
If you don't know, their first game was against Kansas State, and they probably should have won that game. They could have. They lost 38-35.
Kansas State woke up right at the end, and decided, oh my God, we're going to lose this game, and started playing. You could tell they were playing harder and playing with, we can't lose to North Dakota. And as everybody knows, Kansas State's head coach is Coach Kleiman, who came from North Dakota State. And so that's why I was kind of surprised. It almost felt like the team members were like, oh, FCS school, well, coming off this Dublin thing, no big deal. And they also made a lot of mistakes and stuff. But to UND's credit, they played their butts off and, almost won that game. So,
This last week they play a Big Sky team of Portland State, which I just feel bad for Portland State. My gosh,
they have
their team.
They're on the way to Hawaii now.
I know, right?
They
play Tarleton State, then they play BYU, then they play UND, and then they have to fly to Hawaii.
Yeah. At least they're going a couple of days early. Maybe they can enjoy the beach a little bit. So
goodness, they're going to be 0-4. This team was it was not good. It was 36-6 at halftime, guys. They wound up beating them 50-20.
I watched through the third quarter because then it was UND playing not their starters, so I stopped watching it. But before that, there were a few things that Portland State did that worked against UND. And the thing is I guarantee it, Barney and Bobby are friends. I guarantee
they're going to talk.
There was a conversation and Robbie's on that team too. And so there was conversations that are being had about that as well.
Yeah.
So just one thing that I saw that worked well for Portland State, since I brought that up, was on the defensive side when they were blitzing.
Yes.
That actually their blitzes were getting through and they were getting pressure on, you mentioned him earlier, number 11, Mr. Kaminsky is their quarterback.
And Jerry Kaminsky.
Very good.
He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. So like here's my little breakdown of Kaminsky. I said, just after watching him, I said he's a really good QB, runs the ball really well.
Yes.
He's fairly accurate, is what I'd say in the past game. Like he does one hop or misreads and stuff at times, but he's fairly pretty accurate.
Yes.
But when it does, he runs the RPO really well, but he wants to run it. Like
he does.
If it's, he'd rather run it than throw it is the feeling I get.
He does have a good arm though. It's not like a winky dinky arm. He has a powerful arm. He is somewhat accurate.
He overthrew his guys in the deep ball a few times.
He did,
just chucking it against Portland State. So, but he is their offense like that. He's the guy. I mean, he makes everything go, and he you can tell he's the leader on that team. So,
I wrote super athletic, highly competitive. He was in this game. And he's only a sophomore. I said he's able to run and he wants to run. And then I kind of circled something. He reminded me of a quarterback that we used to have, Snead.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I could see that. He's got that same gamesmanship.
Same like I'm gonna beat you. I'm a competitor. Same kind of like he's got speed, and it's not like he's a pretty big guy.
He's a big dude,
He's let me click on him to see what he is. He's 6'2", 210. And so he's not a small guy by any means, but he
plays with swagger. Like he's just got that. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they go about to stop him, because
and that's where I think the blitzing worked well against him. And then so I put that in. I think you need to get pressure on him.
Yes,
because he's not like when Portland State did, and with any quarterback, but when they did get pressure on him, it's when he wasn't near as accurate. Like you could see it go way down and just, it messed with his world a little bit. If you're not getting pressure on him at all, then he's just going to pick your defense apart and do what he wants to do. And I think that was part of the problem that Kansas State did too, is they were not getting on him, and that's what you need to do. So
one thing is that the Portland State, that what they didn't do is they let them run over them on first down. They were able to get what they wanted on first down, which opened up the playbook. I think that's going to be really important, is to limit them on first down, especially with our defense, so that we can pin down and we can just go after the quarterback. They do use the tight end. So they almost like to lull you to sleep with their runs. Like last year, this is not your same team of last year.
No.
Last year, they were going to run. And then they're going to do once in a while a pass, but it was in like 12 whatever, man. In very, very different kind of forms of what you're looking at.
Yeah.
they have some guys that are good wide receivers. That Dang had a wide. He was very athletic.
Yeah.
6'5", 225. So he's very big.
What number?
Very good wide. He is number 2.
Number 2. Yeah, number 2.
So he's a redshirt freshman, but man alive. I looked at him and I'm like, how did that guy, he already has a body of a Division I guy.
Well, and that's one where you were mentioning the tight end. I was surprised, number 84.
Yep. He's a freshman.
Yeah, he's a freshman. And the reason he's playing is because the other tight ends are hurt.
Yeah.
And this guy, I wrote in here, I said he's tall, he's got great hands. Yep. And he's becoming Kaminsky's go-to guy in the red zone. Like, he looks for him in the red zone, and he was making touchdowns and making plays. And this guy's, he's got really good hands. Yep. I mean, he's a really good tight end. So that's
somebody. Is it that Nathan Hormatica or whatever?
84. I don't know.
Yep, Nathan Hormatica, 6'6", 230.
Okay, there, it makes sense. I was like, he looked really, really tall. I was like, damn. So that's a guy that we need to shut down.
And he was athletic too. He was coming out of there, and he was able to make those.
He doesn't look like a freshman at all.
No, he does not.
I thought he was an upperclassman until they were announced it on there that he's a freshman playing because their better tight ends are both injured.
Which I kind of felt like that wasn't the truth. I think that they were saving their guys. Like I think in this game, some of the guys that they had that were out, they knew that they were gonna.
Same with us. There's guys that I know that we held off just because it's like, hey, keep getting healthy. We'll bring you up next week. So, one thing I did notice with their offense, with both K-State and Portland State, is some of the big plays were on misdirection plays. They like to do a lot of misdirection where they're getting, your whole defense going one way and they're going the other way, and you missed it. And that's what killed K-State and also Portland State. Like they would just commit to one way, and it was. They're making.
We can't get tricked. We can't get tricked for those.
And again, when I say huge plays, it's not necessarily even saying that they're getting a 30-yard gain, but they're all of a sudden 2nd and 1. Yeah. And like Adam said, it opens the playbook up.
The playbook. Mm-hmm. Their running backs, I was really impressed with. They have Seidel Sawyer.
What number is
he is
20? I think he's
number 9. Number 9. Okay, he was their smaller back. That he was very, very quick.
So he didn't have a lot of yards in Portland State, but he was their main guy against K-State. Like he had the most yards against Kansas State.
Yep.
That's what I put. He's very fast.
Very fast.
Potential to break away. They also will throw him back in the return game sometimes. And he's a dynamic runner is what I put down.
But the guy that you're looking at is the guy that we saw last year, Gavin Zyberth.
Oh, Zyberth's 28, right?
28, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. That guy. So here's the comment I wrote down. I said he reminds me of Osmo and how he runs.
Oh yeah, he's gonna run you over.
Yeah. I was like, this guy runs like Osmo. He's fast too, though. He can make breakaways.
Yes.
28. Yeah.
He had 10 carries for 50 yards. They had this other guy. I think it was like Xavier Lee, the 20.
So number 20. That was
Xavier Lee.
He's the one they fed the ball to the most, I would say. Is number
he's a 5th-year senior out of Troy, New York. He looked good. All their backs looked good, which doesn't mean much with Portland State because they just couldn't stop anything.
Well, I mean, they tried, but they
did.
So, like on 20, my notes were here. I said he has a great burst and hits the hole very quickly once it opens. But this is the other thing I noticed about him a lot. They really like to hit him in the pass out in the flat, and then just hit him in that, get him out in the open and see what he can do. And they did that a lot, and it worked well against Portland State. So we got to he'll block for a second and go right to the flat. And he's kind of Kaminsky's. If he's not seeing 84 or one of his receivers, he checks right down to him. And that's another thing. He's good at checking the ball down. Kaminsky is like he makes it through his progressions, sometimes really quick, and he'll run because he does like to run. But he'll still get you if you lose your assignment. And that's the one thing I think is going to be key for our defense because of all the motions and misdirections. Everybody has to play assignment football. You've got to stay. Don't think, I know what it is, and get excited. We had this happen last year and screwed up our defense. Where guys thought they knew and didn't do their job. So you just need to do your job, stay with your man, and it'll be fine. Like you'll be okay. Like if we all do what we're supposed to do and stay with our people.
I think the being able to have the ends really secure the outside. That's going to be super important. And then also we have to have our nose tackles get some pressure.
Yeah.
Their line looked really good. They were getting massive push.
And that's where, like, if we're not getting pressure, then, we need to take our nose tackles, take up 2 guys and blitz, because that was the one thing that worked well for Portland State was the blitzing. Like, it was blitzing, like when they did blitz and their D line would try to grab a couple guys and just create a pile. It worked well for them and caused some problems for North Dakota.
So their offense, I think, is that's why I thought Central Washington, that was a good game, because we're going to be facing another running quarterback, and their backup quarterback probably likes to run it even more than Kaminsky does. They put him in, and he rushed 10 times for 79 yards, at a net of 68. So very similar to what Kaminsky did. And so they're going to run their quarterbacks. What I thought was interesting is this is a new coach. Yeah. He was on the defensive side. They run a different system. It's a 4-2-5.
Yeah, 4-2-5. Yeah. Yep.
So it kind of looks like what we do sometimes when we bring down, that edge linebacker and have them line up.
That was the interesting. I thought, like, I wrote that down here with the 4-2-5. Yeah. They're not running your traditional forefront where everybody's got their hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
It's just the 3 tech and the nose tech. The 2 edge rushers, they're in a 2-point stance.
Yep.
Almost like linebackers is how they're running the 4-2-5 most of the time.
So that's going to be interesting, because that middle of the field is open, which I do think that the Portland State was trying to hit, and they got a couple interceptions of it because they were trying to hit the middle with their wide receiver. Right. I think the Grizz need to hit it with their tight ends.
That's where Gale all of a sudden could have a break.
Exactly. And then also, if Eli gets past that first round, man, he's going to have some room.
That's going to be huge. If we have Eli get past the first level, oh my God, if the linebackers get caught up in the wash at all, there's daylight. I mean,
there's going to be a lot of daylight.
You're going. So
and then Finoti, if he's back, like that they're going to have a hard time if they can't get to our guys.
That was one thing I noticed with their defense, and I wrote this down. I said their defense really commits to the run quickly. Yes. And I think some of that's just because of practicing against your own team, and they're constantly the quarterback's running.
Yeah.
So they do. Like, that was another place where Portland State, they got their first score off of play action because their defense committed so hard, and their guy was wide
open.
Like, open. Just threw him, and you sit there and caught it and just ran it in. So, like, that's the thing. If with us, especially having the run game that we have, and if we can pound that and then run some play action, it could really open up some of our passing game, just because they like to commit to the run so hard.
Yeah.
So,
well, and another thing that they did well, their defense, they got a lot of pressure on their quarterback with only getting 4 guys.
Yeah.
And so I think our line is going to have to step up here, and if they can get some blocks and they can't get the pressure that they want to, they had to bring another guy. That's going to just help us out even more.
So I got some notes here on some of those guys, because they got some good defensive linemen.
They do. They've got very good defensive linemen.
Number 94.
Yep.
I wrote down he's got a really good pass rush. He's got very good hands. And I said, all right, we'll have his hands full all day.
Yes.
And then the other one that kept popping up for me is number 13. So they got some unusual numbers for their linemen. So number 13, I said he's got a good motor. One thing that's interesting, he'll play the edge, but sometimes they have him line up as a 3 tech too. They'll bring him down inside. And so he plays both. But with part of that, it allows him to stunt really well too by jumping him around and stuff. But when I said he's got a good motor, I kept noticing even if the play was away from him, that guy was always running downfield.
Was that number 9?
13 is who.
Okay, because number 9 I kept on seeing too. Like
And then the last one I got here is number 0. Lance something is his name. This guy is fast, and he gets to the backfield really quick. Like, his first quarter, I didn't notice him that too much, but also in the second quarter, he started showing up in the backfield and causing havoc back there. And those 3, 94, 13, and 0, our line's going to have their hands full because they like to, like I said, move around. And with that defense, like we were talking, that 4-2-5,
Yep.
they're almost like linebackers. The ends are in these 2-point stances. And so I think that we're going to run a lot of 13 personnel possibly when we're running, like where we have our 3 tight ends set back there, or 12 where we got the 2 tight ends, because we could use that extra to kind of block down on this. And then again, if we're running those personnels, they think we're going to be running, and all of a sudden run a little play action. That play actions, I think, is going to be key for us to open up the passing game.
It is. Well, and one kind of interesting thing they brought in, and this is what you'll probably see their coaches wearing. They have a number, a 70, I think it's 703. Their numbers are, those guys will have like a representation of North Dakota guys.
Oh, 701.
701, sorry.
Area code.
Oh, yep. 701 is their area code. So they have guys, I think one of the guys that you talked about, Lance Rucker, is the 0 guy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
well, their head coach, like he's from Mandan, North Dakota, so he's kind of like Bobby, Montana kid. Yep. Their head coach, he even played for UND. I mean, he's from Mandan, which is right over by Bismarck, and
so it'll be interesting. This is definitely not your same team. Definitely not. I was watching. I'm like, man, this is not the same team we played in.
No, they've definitely changed.
Totally different.
Totally different. Interesting. I think he also coached with San Diego State. Now it was after Bobby was gone.
Oh, okay.
But I'm curious if like the guy's been around a little bit. If
he knows every 335.
It'd be curious to see if Bobby knows him. But no, like the defense definitely this 4-2-5 thing. It's
very similar.
It's similar, but they do definitely have 4 down. I mean, they are linemen. It's just that they allow them to get in a 2-point stance. So So did you notice the kicker 53?
He missed some big kicks. Like
one wide right, like way
wide right.
And then the second one that I saw, he doinked it right off the left upright. So
so
I wrote that too. That CJ Elricks, he missed a 43 and a 30. It wasn't even like pressure, right? They were already up.
They were flat out, and like the snap and the hold were good. This was just misses,
big misses.
So that's something.
Which he was there last year. He was one of last year. I'm looking up at his season last year, his career. He was a pretty good kicker last year. He went for.
Well, you're kicking in a dome. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. Let's see.
I was just surprised when he missed twice, and I didn't watch the rest of the game. So did he miss more? Or, I mean,
no, I don't think he only had those 2 that I saw. But yeah, he was 14 of 19 last year.
Yeah,
he's 0 of 2 this year.
Well, and so this so 2 things with this that could help us. Because Washington Grizzly being all loud and stuff. Yep. But the one thing that I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to affect Kaminsky. Like he feeds off that stuff, and it's not going to affect him. That's why I like your comparison with Snead.
Yep,
it's like if anything, he'll be like Cookus, trying to get the crowd into it and stuff.
Oh yeah, yep.
I'd say just talk, especially on the sidelines. All of our fans that are on that side, just be loud and be
Don't get him amped up.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, he's one of those competitors, man. It's cool to see. You don't see guys like that too often, and so definitely
it's fun to watch.
It's very fun to watch
to see how our defense can take him down. And what I'd like to see is if we can get him frustrated.
Oh yeah,
he hasn't been there yet, and I think if we can get him frustrated, that's when he's. I mean, with anybody, you start making mistakes, and so. That's going to be key, and I think too with our I'm confident our DBs and stuff out there, and they're going to have to. That's the big thing. They're going to have to stay home and stay on their man because as soon as they leave it, that's when they're going to hit us downfield. So you got to stay on them the whole time and just don't overcommit to the run.
Yeah,
because that's their problem too. When they do that, that's when they get blowed up.
So last year, guys, he appeared in 3 games as a redshirt freshman. Went 4 of 5 for 28 yards, finished 3 of 4 of passing for 16 yards. Let's see. He had 3-yard rush against Murray State.
The announcers were saying that during camp, there was 3 of them all up for it, and Kaminsky won the job, and it was close. I guess it was really
close. Yeah.
So
because their other guy was transferred from San Diego State.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, it's going to be. Even if he wasn't there, it's not going to be a big fall off, is what I'm trying to say.
No, their other quarterback though is a little bit more. I'm going to say his name wrong. Tapatu Johnson Javance. He's 6'5", 215 from Oakland, California. He's the San Diego State transfer. He likes to run and didn't throw very much. Gotcha. Only 2 passes, 1 for 2 for 7 yards, but he ran a lot.
Yeah,
but they didn't have to. They didn't have to throw.
I mean, they definitely are run first team still.
Exactly.
But it's mainly RPOs, lots of QB run. But again, they got 20, 28, and 9 that will all run too.
Yes. So, well, and that's the thing is they lull you to sleep with Kaminsky, and then they got these good running backs that will.
Like I said, that 20
when they throw Barth, man, he just reminds me of Osmo.
Yeah, I agree.
Man. Oh my gosh.
And 20 when they get him out in the flat, it's really like a running play. It's just more get him in space against your hopefully smaller DBs and corners, and they expect him to truck over them and get big yardage. So.
And that Seidel reminds me of like X last year for us.
Yeah, that's
super fast. Get him in space and just let him run.
Yeah, that was interesting looking at the stats on the K-State game. He had the best game versus again. It was the reason is like to your point, X is all the misdirection. They're running them back and forth, and they're running reverses and things like that, and that's when they're getting 9 the balls when they're doing that misdirection stuff.
Yep. So it'll be interesting, guys. This is going to be a test. We're going to have to have a and I think this team, they're going to be ranked a little bit higher than 20. This does not look like
Craig Haley ranked them 6th in his voting thing today.
UND. I saw that. He's an idiot.
I know. I'm just saying that there's people out there. So I agree. I think they're going to make a big jump. Yeah, they could be ranked like 10th or something like that.
I think they're going to be like 11, 12. But I think that they should be. They're a very good team.
They're a good team. They're way underranked right now. Like they are a good team. So,
yes. And I think they're going to have a good year. They're probably a team that you're going to see in the playoffs. They've got Valparaiso, UNI, Youngstown State, Indiana State, but they do have to play Southern Illinois, at South Dakota. They've got to play home against North Dakota State and home against South Dakota State.
Hey, at least they get the 2 big ones at home.
Two big ones at home, and South Dakota lost. Did you see they lost to Lamar?
Yeah.
Like, I know that like everybody was high on South Dakota. I was never. They haven't got a great quarterback, but they lost their whole line.
That was a big surprise to see them lose to Lamar. So
yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it's still the Missouri Valley, just same with the Big Sky. It's still the Big Sky. So, but they're definitely. I think that they will be, a playoff team as well. So
definitely will be. Any last thoughts on UND, man?
So I think we're ranked 6th going after last week. We don't know the rankings yet, but
I thought they came out on Sunday for some reason.
I don't think they've come out yet. But I guess where I'm going with this is it could be like a 6-7 matchup. After seeing Haley said, and you don't know all the voters. I mean, they're definitely good, and they should go up in the rankings, or it could be like a 6 versus 10. But this is definitely going to be one of the top FCS games of the week. This week in Missoula. So I mean,
it could be.
What I would say is, if you're in town, go. I know that my folks they ended up getting tickets so they can go down from Spokane.
Awesome.
If I didn't have the Rushmore Bowl this weekend for my daughter, she's singing the national anthem.
Oh, awesome! That's awesome.
I could, because I got to fly back from Wichita on Thursday. I was like, ooh, I could just fly right to Missoula. Then I was like, oh, it's Rushmore. Never mind. No. I was trying to figure out a way to get back to Missoula for this one. It's going to be a hell of a game. Like, if you're closer, you can go pack that stadium. Like,
exactly. Lots of noise.
Like, just it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a fun, good, hard fought game.
Hopefully, it's not as smoky, man. The smoke was horrible.
Well, still not as bad as that North Dakota State game. That was
True.
when I was there for that game. That was one of the most smokiest games that I'd ever seen. I couldn't believe
Oh.
it. It sucked because there's all these. I had a bunch of friends from Fargo that came down, and they're like, "I thought it was beautiful here." I'm like, "I'm telling you, mountains all over. You just can't see them because of the damn smoke." And then, of course, like the very next day when they all left, it rained and it was just beautiful out. Like,
yeah,
I stayed it for a few days after, and it was like, or maybe it was Monday that finally all the smoke was gone and you could see all the mountains and stuff. Either that was a fun weekend when we beat North Dakota State here at home.
That was an awesome game. Oh man.
Do you want to pick some games?
Yeah. Well, what were your kind of final thoughts on UND? I said that they've got to win the line, they've got to control the quarterback and get some pressure on him, and then they've got to find that hole in that zone that they play with their cornerbacks. So either by running with Gilman and Finoti and Rocker and getting to that second level, or using their tight ends, using Davis, using possibly even Bohannon. He's really got some really sure hands across the middle there. This might be a huge game for Wortham too, across the middle. So definitely we need some growth in Ayat across the middle throws in this next game.
I think we're going to run some more.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, hit them with the play action. That seems to be the best, the best thing to get the ball downfield is running play action pass, because they do like to commit to the run hard. And with that zone they're running in the back, yes, there's openings, but you got to hit it quick. But we've got fast receivers, faster than I think Portland State, and there was some. Oh yeah. There were some times they were wide open and their quarterback missed them. So there's going to be some opportunities downfield. But like to your point too, what you said earlier, if our running backs can get past the first level, there could be some possibilities for big games. So gains. So our linemen opening the holes and then getting those secondary blocks too on that linebacking crew, which there's only two. Boy, we could see some good gains there. And then take their same game against them, get to those second and ones and open up the playbook for us. That's going to be huge. On the other side of the ball, I agree. We got to contain Kaminsky.
Yes.
He's their offense. Like you gotta stop him.
He's the spark play.
The run. Like he gets everybody fired up and going. So we got to stop the run and then watch out for that tight end, especially you start getting in the red zone. 84, he's lurking out there, and he's a big body and he's good at catching the ball. So it's gonna be a fun game. Like this is gonna be a battle.
It's going to be a big battle. It's going to be a big test. They'll need you. They'll need you out there if you can make it. So
yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun. So, all right. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm going to pick some games here.
All right. I'll read them off to you here. So speaking of the games, so last week you got 11 right.
Okay.
I got all 12 right.
What? Oh, because of my one was the Sac State.
I took Nevada. So
stupid Suck State.
And then, of course, we both had the same score, 42-7, and Versus was 40-8. So it was close because 42-17. So we were only 10 points off on the backside.
Man,
but I have got all my picks already in here, so I've got it on the.
I have not looked at it.
All right. So first game is we are going to pick Northern Colorado at South Dakota.
Oh, South Dakota.
Okay. So we're going.
Who are you picking?
I also took USD.
Okay.
Next game is San Diego from the Pioneer League is going to Montana State.
Montana State.
Okay. That's what I picked too, is Montana State. Next game is Utah Tech going to Idaho, the Fighting Taters.
Ooh,
pretty cool. They got their helmet on game day, the Fighting Taters.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Utah Tech could beat them. And Idaho did not do very well last week against who did they play last week? St. Francis, wasn't it? St. Francis?
Idaho played.
They only beat them by like a touchdown.
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas.
37-30. Yeah, St. Thomas, who just moved up to FCS from Division II, is over in Minneapolis area.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Idaho.
Okay. I also took Idaho.
Yeah.
All right. Next is Eastern Washington versus Northern Iowa, the Panthers. You and I. In UNI.
It's in Cedar Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is a hard one because I think it could go either way. Both of these teams are not that good. I'll give it to the home team, Northern Iowa.
So I went with Northern Iowa too, just because they're home.
Yeah.
Because of that. So
yeah.
All right. Next one is Weber State goes to Lake Charles, Louisiana, and is playing McNeese State.
McNeese.
I agree. I also took McNeese. So far we're going. So these beginning games, like sometimes you get some,
Yeah.
It's not a lot of parity, but
no.
Next one, Western Oregon plays Cal Poly.
Oh, Cal Poly. You got to win that one.
I agree.
Can't lose the D2 team.
And they've actually shown a little bit of stuff. So
they have, yeah.
Next, Northern Arizona goes to Southern Utah.
Northern Arizona.
I agree. NAU.
They gotta win that one.
Yeah. Mercyhurst versus Sac State. In Sac State.
Sac State.
Yeah, same. And then the last one before the big game, Portland State goes to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
So we're the same across the board, which is okay. Like I said, these first few weeks when you're playing non-conference games,
yeah,
it's hard to get a lot of parity.
Yep.
All right. So I've already picked the game this week. Obviously, I'm picking the Grizz. I have my score. And then I went and did the verses, and so I have the verses score. So I need your pick.
Okay, so
you're picking the Grizz.
It's Grizz. Yep.
And then your score, and we'll see if it's the same thing.
Okay. I've got two in my head. I'm gonna go 34-28.
34-28. Very interesting.
Because I was gonna go 34-31, but I'm gonna go 34-28.
Okay. So versus says 34-32.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was interesting. Grizz. Sorry,
yeah.
Grizz. They picked the Grizz, but 34-32. My final score was Grizz 28-24.
Oh, okay.
So we definitely finally got some different scores.
Yeah.
We both feel it's going to be tight.
It's going to be tight.
I could see yours too. Like I could see it being higher scoring. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to come down to the end and it's going to be a battle. So, again, show up and show out, Grizz Nation.
Oh, we got to for this one. So,
I'll save this. Just so you know, I'm giving us 1 point per win.
Okay.
So we're tied 20-20 right now.
Oh, nice.
So
we'll have to put that on here sometime and show everybody.
Cool. Yeah, we'll have to do that. I just built it today. I was like,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I didn't build this Excel sheet, so I just built it real quick. So
that's awesome. You ready for some questions, man? Yeah,
absolutely. I know I took a bunch of screenshots myself because we had quite a few come through here.
Yeah. So I've got some from Grizz. It says MT Grizz rule. Your thoughts on Elijah Brady? His tackle almost at the end of the game was brutal. He also had a nice coverage on the end zone fade pass. Any way to work him in gradually? Did any DB ahead of him struggle enough to give him any opportunity? I thought his hit was great.
Yeah.
He did have that nice coverage in the end zone on that fade pass he did. I think that he might get some. I think Lawler is going to be that starter out there that we have after Loud on the other side of Loud. But definitely we could see him getting some.
They're going to keep him rotating. That's one thing Bobby says. Like he always talks about this. He goes, that's why he hates the 2 deep. He goes, I don't care about starters. He goes, you're just starting the first play of the game.
Yeah.
It's always all about rotating, and the best teams do that. You hope to have 2 or 3 players that you can rotate through. And that's the nice thing about these first games. Sometimes you see these players that are okay in practice that are game players. And you're like, oh boy, they really step it up. Yep. And then, if they start stepping up like this, you're going to get them more playing time and stuff. Get them in there more and trust them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that you'll see him as well. Will he be a starter? Probably not if there's not any injury.
Right. And we hope there's no injury, but he's going to get a lot of playing time. Like he's earning himself a lot more playing time. That's for sure.
Yep. Beware the D. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the game. Let's just say I enjoyed the second half more than the first. I see lots of potential with this team, but we can't play like that next week if we expect to win. What position group do you think needs to take the biggest step forward from CWU to UND if the Grizz want to stay dominant at home? I would say two. I would say the defensive line needs to step up, and I would say the offensive line needs to step up.
Interesting. So mine was going to be defensive line. I was also going to say linebackers.
Okay.
I felt like our safeties were making way more tackles than I felt like the linebackers were just slightly behind at times.
Well, and they missed a lot of tackles that were arm tackles that could have been
getting their fits and stuff. It felt like they were late at times.
Yep.
And stuff. And so that was one area of like, hey, they need to, both them and the D line need to improve better, like especially against Kaminsky to get that pressure and stuff. And so but there was the good thing is just lots of coaching moments to help.
Well, and that's going to be important just to get that on film and teach those guys too. So let's see here. Over on the Facebook group, Rob Hatterley, why were they wearing white?
So that was wasn't that weird? Like
I thought it was
is the fact that the CWU was in black. It was like
I think, and this is just me, it was hot and it was also very, very smoky, and so I think it kept it kind of hot inside the arena, and I heard it was really hot.
Yeah.
And I think that they wanted the players not to be dehydrated, and so wearing black might get them hotter. I don't know if that's true.
Well,
that's a theory. It doesn't make any sense why you would call it a blackout and you don't wear black.
And they would have to know before any of that happened because you have to let the opposing team know what to wear.
Yeah.
What's stupid is that we should have just made it a whiteout. Like I threw this out on Twitter. I was like, look, I know like it's copying Penn State or something, whatever. Like, who gives a crap? But like, how cool it would have been if they did a whiteout instead. Like you don't have to do blackout. You can do those whiteout games look cool as hell too.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like we're gonna do the stripe the stadium again this year.
Awesome. I loved it when they did that.
Well, it looked so cool when they did
so cool.
So it's like just change it. So speaking of that, I want to bring this up. Grizz football put out the schedule on what to wear this season. So just going to run through it real quick so you can see it. So North Dakota, this is military appreciation game. So that's the big one this weekend is military appreciation. And then September 20th, that's going to be Stripe the Stadium versus Indiana State. And it looks like there's going to be some sweet shirts you can buy that show the stadium striped and stuff, white and maroon. So that's going to be Stripe the Stadium. And we'll talk about that too when it gets closer, like which sections or what. Then the Idaho game when we play for the Brownstein, it says the Montana Way game. So maroon up for that day. So that's going to be an all maroon, kind of maroon out thing. And then October 11th versus Cal Poly. This is interesting. It's party like it's 1995.
Oh, I saw those shirts too. Those
those look cool. And the hoodies look awesome. My wife saw it and goes, how do we get those? I was like, I haven't seen them yet, but we're going to find out.
Exactly.
That's when I think that we're going to see the old colors run out the tunnel, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. Because is that homecoming?
It is homecoming.
Because that's when all the old
the old players I think are coming back this weekend.
They are?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the game versus Sacred Heart, that's the pink game, October 18th. So which hits me hard. I love that. We're supporting breast cancer and nonprofits.
Yep.
This is interesting. Eastern Washington game, November 8th. It's Hall of Fame weekend. It's also the Native American Heritage game. And the shirt they're showing has the blue colors and stuff.
Yeah.
I know we're probably not going to do it. But how cool would it be if they came
Have you seen some of those that I don't on Twitter that someone's done those mock-up of those? Oh my gosh.
Photoshop and done. I mean, it would be so cool. I'm glad we're doing that, but I mean, we're just like, how cool would it be to come out in those.
Basketball did it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it would be
a lot less expensive to do it for basketball though.
Yeah.
But what I could see is, so on this, they show the Grizz script. And it's like got the maroon, the copper, and then like there's also this feather coming off it with some of the blues and stuff. I bet that is slapped on the side of the helmets. I bet
Oh, that'd be cool.
that would be cool as hell. I bet that's what to me it looks like that's what they're going to do because the sticker's easy to do. And then of course, November 22nd, Brawl of the Wild. That's just another maroon out. They're saying we're all your maroon that gear, and it'll probably be cold anyways. So
yeah,
but yeah, those are all. If you go onto the any of the Grizz sites, they posted that to kind of show all the things coming up and stuff.
That's awesome.
So, a lot of cool things this year. So
yeah, definitely check that out before you guys go to the games too to know what you need to wear. But
yeah, absolutely.
Don,
Military appreciation this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you for those people that have served. So, Donna Parrish, he said 85 yards of Grizz penalties and a thrown punch by our player that refs missed first quarter. Need to clean that up. Oh, I didn't see the punch.
I didn't see the punch either.
Huh. Why is Fenoti out? I think they're saving. I think coming off summer, I think that you might have, especially with the 12 game, like we said, you're going to try to get guys rested up, especially the running back crew, where you want to have that crew stay healthy.
Yeah. I heard he just had some little lagging thing that was like, why even push it?
Well, even if any guys have it for this game, why just let them rest?
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Funny because there's rumors going out there that he was suspended and stuff. And
he was dressed. I saw pictures of him dressed up. Yeah. He wouldn't have been at the game, and he was dressed in his gear. It was just not dressed in pads.
It's so if you're suspended, you're not at the game.
You're not at the game.
So it's just it was a smart move to make sure that he is 100% for this next week.
Yeah, and from what I heard, he's a good guy, and it's not going to be something that he would do. But that's what I got.
Everybody's excited to see him. So
well, yeah, I think I'm excited too, and I was hoping to see him this game, and then Wortham happened, and I was just like, oh my goodness gracious, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So, but
I got a bunch of questions we
got some Twitter questions here.
So this one here, actually, the first one is actually off of YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So Adam Fowl, because again, that's his only place. Just something that I noticed too, because a lot of people were talking about this. It says in this 2 deep, there's no or.
Yeah.
Like we're so used to last year seeing this or all over the place.
Yep.
And it was awesome not seeing that for once, and it was actually like I felt like for the most part it was a pretty honest 2 deep by Bobby.
I think it was.
It was like, yeah, here's our 2 deep. It's like, huh. Usually I'm always like it's full of lies and deception and and maybe for later on in the year, but yeah, it was just like, yeah, here you go.
I think it comes back this week.
Yeah, it could. We'll see. We'll see if there's a bunch of ors and stuff again this week. So, so then his question was, if you guys had to take a wild guess, why do you think Bobby's breaking from his normal MO and announcing clear-cut starters for quite a few different positions without apparent competition so early in the week before the first game? I think it was just partially because other teams already had games and stuff, and I think the way camp went, it was just like, hey, these guys earned it. That's always been one of Bobby's things. If you earn it, all right, there you go.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he doesn't care because some of these guys are all going to play. It's a rotation thing to keep people as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
Because it is a game of attrition. We've got 12 straight games before, a possible bye for a playoff game if we're playing well. So it's like you want to keep guys healthy, and then you want to get guys snaps so you can coach them up and stuff. So
well, and you might use it as a, just to get somebody back into the position of where they want to be. Or iron sharpens iron. Somebody gets pissed off that they're not the starting, you got to earn it. And so it might make them a little bit more apt to do that as well. So I've got a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Over under this week for or.
Oh.
For.
Under.
Under?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would say under as well.
I think he's going to stay.
I'm going to say 3.
I'm going to say 1.
1.
Yeah.
Which one?
I think you're going to see it like it's safety or somewhere in the defense.
Okay, I think you're going to see one in the safety, one in the linebackers, and then I think you're going to see it in the ends.
Oh, okay. All on defense, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think you're going to see one at safety. So,
yep.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
Oh, that's good. I like it. So this next one is from Tad Brennan. It says, WTF, I'm sitting here watching the North End Zone. I know they haven't played a game this year, but Central Washington should not be giving them any trouble. Hopefully Bobby has a good speech for them and they come out on fire or we'll get crushed next week. That was at 7:30 because I was actually had my phone, shut off. So he sends that at 7:30. At 8:30, my pod question is, what does Bobby's speech contain? Because they're way better now, LOL. So I don't think so. Just so everybody knows, like back when I was playing, there was no big rah-rah speeches. Like we'd get in the locker room and it was just like, even if we were down, it was talking about what you're seeing, game planning and going, okay, we need to do this or let's do that. Guys getting some snacks and stuff in their bodies. But it's all just business. It's not like it's not like the movies where you see it and you're like, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna and like it's really business. And like, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. All right, what do you need to do here? Talking like in your position groups, like that's the big thing. Talking about the tendencies.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Hey, this guy's doing that. Like this tackle's doing this. So if you do this, I think we can get by him better. It's all real strategic and stuff like that. And that's what makes the best teams. And that's where you saw that they went in,
made
all
adjustments.
The players are talking, the coaches are making adjustment. You make those adjustments come out, and it helps. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that that's probably what they did is they met with their position groups, and they weren't that far off. They were, like you said earlier, the linebackers were a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
Our defensive tackles were
not
not getting
as fast and stuff. It's like they were almost like they were thinking about it, not playing. Like
exactly. Our defensive tackles were not getting the push. We got the push in the second half, and we started unleashing some of the blitzes like I was hoping that we were going to see too. Boyd got some, and Leonard.
Well, that's some of the stuff that I think they're holding back. Because they're like, it's CW. Let's hold back some of this stuff and that. But if you need to use it, bring it out.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Next question was from JR96. The same. He said, glad the pod is back. Awesome as always. And he said, watching the warm up, he was surprised about Fenoti. He was like, what's going on with Fenoti? So we already talked about that. But I think we'll see him this week personally.
Definitely. Yep.
All right. So the next thing here, I thought this was really cool. So I threw out a picture. I put my Grizz flag back up.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden we started getting some different people. So we've got David at Butte Grizzle. He's got his flag up, which I thought was
awesome.
Zachary Lord. He said, Lord family in Ohio got our flag up too. I thought that was awesome. Like I love seeing the flag pictures. Ross Flatiger, LFG. Let's see what that is. Got like a blow up Monty and the Grizz flag out front there, which is awesome.
Awesome.
I think I also saw Eli's folks had that too. They had the blow up Monty and the flag out.
Yep.
And then Scooby, he says, I have 2 out front and 2 at the smoker, LFG. Jeff Levitin, he says, I have my flag flying as well. So I love
awesome, guys.
How Grizz fans have got that going. And then, that was cool as heck. And then the other thing, Chase Rice, also North Carolina, now he's a Grizz fan. Comes out, he's on the sidelines, he's giving pizzas out and stuff. So, in fact, one of the pizza boxes, I saw he wrote FTC on it and handed it back to somebody. Like he is all in. And he'll be playing at the Wilma, I think, this week. But thought that was way cool.
That's awesome. And did you see that they had I forgot what her name was. She was a Olympic medalist that rose the 37 flag.
I think it's cool that they're bringing just, it doesn't always have to be an ex-Grizz player or something. It's like there's some, it could be anybody. That was cool that she did that.
That was cool.
So, although we did that with that dude from Butte, the UFC fighter. He got the race at that time when they did the first
Sean.
Okay. Back to questions off Twitter. So this is MT Grizz 69. First half was a little rough, a little tough to watch. With this being an older new team, how long will it take for them to start gelling? Personally, after half, they looked much improved.
Yeah,
I agree. I think that the more they play, the better. Like it hurts any team not playing it right away. Like having this.
No.
waiting so long. But the good thing is they did obviously make adjustments and play better in the second half, but they're going to have to speed up that gel this week because North Dakota is no slouch.
No, and I think they're gonna be able to get in their position groups. They're gonna get the film that they need to work on. I think you'll see an improvement this week. I think by probably the Idaho State game, that's where you want to see your defense kind of running into that form. If we don't see it then, honestly, guys, I don't think we're gonna get blown up by any team. Not like last year where we were like, holy crap, we can't stop anybody, right? Eastern Washington, we only gave them 49 points. I don't think that's going to happen. We have too many talented guys. We're a lot quicker than what we were last year. I think that they get them coached up, get them what they need to do. We'll look a whole lot better. The second half looked a whole lot better than what we did. I think that next week you'll see a better product on the field.
Yeah, I agree. So Shay's second question at MT Grizz 69, he says, boy, oh boy, do we have weapons on the offense all across the board. This should be a fun team to watch the more time they have together.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to say too.
Yep.
There's weapons everywhere. It's more so, how do we find a way to get you the ball?
Yeah.
So, okay. So this is Brian Hunt. So shout out to Brian Hunt. If you haven't seen it, there's Sammy Akem did an interview with him.
Oh, really? Did he?
Yeah, like it was.
I didn't do that.
It's Jamie shared it too, and so it's out there on Twitter. But they're talking about like the one thing that stood out to me is Mount Rushmore of football players, and what I loved was he threw out Tim Bush, rest in peace, Kellogg, Idaho. I was like, so I was actually messaging him after. I was like, that's awesome. He threw Tim's name out there, and he's like, man, he was one of the best walk-on players to grow up, and I love it because Tim and I both walked on together. We're roommates and stuff, and so that's
awesome.
They brought Tim's name, but so Brian Hunt's questioning is, what did you guys think about Money Mike 61 Wortham? He goes, just a joy to watch. The speed, the vision, and the versatility. # total package. My response was, he's absolutely electric. That's what I said too. I was so surprised, like how, like we all knew he's gonna be good.
Yeah. I didn't know it was going to be that.
Damn, dude! Like, holy shit! Like he was really good. Like, he
was a whole another level than what I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I agree. A whole other level. I thought he was
just the quickness, the ways that, and he's not like. And I love Bergen, but there's only so many ways that you could use Bergen.
They're just different players. Like,
there's different players,
and speed and a different vision and stuff out there. It's very cool. I mean, how lucky are we to have a guy that's almost like a 2.0 of him, just a different type of him that we can feed back in there. So,
yeah. And it just opens up the offense. It's exciting.
Yeah. Just something else I noticed that I wanted to bring up is how they have Monty on that lull lift way up there and stuff. Like, that's cool as heck. It's like, who does this stuff? Like, that was cool. Okay. Getting back to questions. So, if you haven't noticed this too, there's the CSG Grizz at CSG_Grizz.
Yes.
Site. This guy's I don't know who it is, posting Grizz material all the time. Now, one thing I did notice is there's a CSG for like a lot, like there's a cat one, there's like for all the teams. So I don't know.
Well, isn't it that collective? Isn't it that former?
Yeah.
I think I'm looking at it right now.
Some kind of collective. I'm not sure what it is exactly.
It's like former players, isn't it? Like a former player.
I think so, but they don't say who they are, so I'm just curious. But
either way, CSG Grizz.
Yeah, it's at CSG_Grizz. If you haven't followed them, follow them because they're putting lots of good content out there and sharing things, and it's good. But had a question for us. Said, what adjustments did the defense make at halftime that you liked? I really think that on the linebacker room, they actually, talked about the different fits and stuff, and then the blitzing. Like, we started putting more pressure on them. I do like that we played more of the safeties too. Like I said, they gave other guys like Boyd and Cutler opportunities, and they took full force of them. Same with Clay Evan. He wasn't starting at all. He gets out there and he's starting to make tackles and stuff. I mean, I love seeing some of these younger guys that I wasn't expecting to see them play so well right away, and fly around. So that was huge, I thought.
Adam? Yeah. I really just thought that some of the players, and I'm going to go off of what you said, is some of the players that I wasn't expecting to see, like Boyd, like Cade Cutler, Loud, just to see the improvement from last year to this year, to see some of the guys that just improved. It
Well,
was
like
really nice
Diesel
to see.
Wilkinson, like he was what he is supposed to be. So like, that was some of it too. It's like you got these question marks, especially on defense. All 11 new starters.
Yeah,
we have question marks of like, and we knew who Loud was, and like Ramos and some of them, but like some of the newbies, like, are they going to be good? Like Diesel,
I think so. Like,
what he thought. I thought he'd be. So
yeah, I look at it like picture by picture, right? And so you look at some of these guys and you say, okay, so what is going to make them really good? I think Oluski, it could be something like O'Connell, Torbert in wing, and so I think
Wing was really good.
Wing was really good
all over this. Solo has a lot of potential still.
Solo has a lot of potential, and you saw glimpses of Wing and Torbert going and not like waiting. And when they did that, they got what they needed to do. So I just see some of the parts. They just need to fit it in.
Yeah.
So
it's still
this defense. I feel a whole lot better watching it than what we are coming into, and I see what they're trying to kind of build.
Yeah.
And so, is it going to be a little trying at times? Yeah, but I knew that going in that these players are going to have to learn this system.
Yeah, they have to learn to trust each other.
Exactly. Everyone's got to remember that when we went to the 2023 National Championship game, those players learned that system over a 4-year time.
Right.
They also had
COVID players that have
COVID players
a long time. So
and so you've got to understand that this is going to take a little bit of time.
Well,
yes, you can say, well, if it's going to take that amount of time, then why do you play it? That's a great question. Well, we're playing it that's probably an off-season question, or maybe if it doesn't, that was something that we were asking last year, but
we saw us like in the forefront at times almost. Yeah. Like, I mean, they're definitely modifying it, but the big thing with this defense is, if you can put your corners on islands, and it feels like we can do that more.
Exactly.
So, either way, it's coming together faster than last year.
It is.
And I think we're going to see a big improvement this next week too, because I did feel like they were holding back some of the blitz packages and some of that stuff because they want to surprise North Dakota with it.
Yes.
So they really didn't put as much as they could on film.
No.
So
we were not going after like full out blitz like we usually do. No,
not at all.
And even like some of the stunts that we do on the front line, we weren't doing. I didn't see as many of the stunts.
No.
So,
all right. So next question comes from Bridger Lord. First off, what a great start, especially how the D locked it down in the second half, which we were just talking about.
Yep.
What do we need to clean up the most for North Dakota coming next weekend? My biggest concern, Grizz are still brushing off early season rust when UND has looked good and hitting their stride. That I agree. That's going to be the biggest thing, is that we've had one game under our belt.
Yep.
But the good thing is like we said, we played a lot of players. They've got a lot of good film. The other good thing is because we have like Coach Bear and these what do you call them? Defense and offensive analysts.
Yeah, analyst. Yep.
The whole idea behind that is this last week, they were working on North Dakota.
Yeah.
And they were watching their game. They were like, okay, go win that. We're focused on this. So that today on Sunday, when the coaches are coming in, they're already telling them, here's what we got to do. Here's what we see here. Exactly. So hopefully that helps speed that process up for us. And then too, the players are coming in Sunday to watch the game film and get coached up. So, I'll be interested to hear like tomorrow night, little QB Club plug, QB Club, what Bobby has to say about the same things that we're seeing, like with Kaminsky and some of this, and how he felt about the players, and get that whole breakdown. I'm really excited to hear that and see what he has to say. So if you want to hear about that, join QB Club.
Hey, they're over 700 members. That's awesome.
Yeah, already over 700 members. So
and Luke, there's a couple people that were saying, "Well, I wish I could do that, but I don't get to be at the events." Luke is he doesn't get to be at the events, and he still thinks that it's beneficial if you.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like tomorrow night, I'm not going to make the call because I will be in the air flying to Denver.
Yeah.
But all I do is email Colson and say, hey, I'm not going to make it. He sends me the recording, a link to it, so I can watch it later on and see the whole thing and stuff. And then too, like there's also other perks, like, you know, like I got Grizz Cat tickets because we get the chance to buy them before anybody else. If you don't have season tickets or you want, let's say you do, but you want some more, you can get those.
Yeah.
Same with like playoff tickets. And if we go to the national championship, I saw that those tickets for Nashville just went on sale this last week. I think it's like 148 a piece right now. Well, there's a bunch of people out there buying them, but what if your team doesn't make it? Like then you got to sell them back or something. Well, in QB Club, you don't have to worry about it because we're going to get access to reserved tickets already for that. So, and then you get the swag and other things. Like there's a lot of other perks and stuff that you get with it.
That's awesome.
Besides I don't get the cookies in the meal. I really enjoy watching Hauk break the film down and talk about it and the questions. And you can still ask questions too, because you just type them in the little Zoom chat, and they don't always answer your question depending on what it is, but sometimes they do. So I think it's worth it.
That's awesome.
And then that money actually goes back and benefits the team. I mean, I actually got a letter from Coach Hauk. Now I'm sure it's the same letter, but it was signed by him last week, just thanking him for the continued support and stuff. So it's
awesome.
Worth it. If you have questions about it and you want to just talk individually, DM me and I'll talk to you about it. So
awesome.
All right, more questions. So here's Bridger, another question. You said, what Grizz player surprised you the most after the great performances from the headliners? I'll start because I saw this one. Cade Cutler from Phillipsburg, number 30. Like, I wasn't expecting him to show out at all or see him making plays. And like I said, I saw him in places. And so that's mine, Cade Cutler. I was like, that kid's got potential. Like I just saw the sparks where we're going to see a lot more of him, and he's going to be someone that's going to be a big time future Grizz, I think.
I think it's kind of hard for me that there's two guys that kind of Diesel really stuck out to me.
Oh, yeah.
I knew coming into it, you know, Luke and I had heard you're going to have to really look at this guy. This guy is really good. He's going to be one of the faces of our defense on the backside. But then also Keon Loud, just the improvement. And just his body looks a whole lot different. He's more confident. You can just tell he's more confident. I would have to say those two guys. And then, you know, of course, the one that everyone is saying is Wortham, just like how he just jumped off the pages too. So
yeah, Wortham was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But there's one other one here. Hang on. I just want to get make sure I get his name right here. Sorry. Hashem Jones, 28.
Oh yeah. Yep. The freshman.
So the freshman, they brought him in.
Freshman running back.
Yep. He ran hard. Like I was like,
just his body's already ready.
Yeah. The reason I say that is, again, it's like, are we going to start being RBU? Like, we just keep finding these guys. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's awesome.
I want to know the story. I want to know the story of how we got him, because he's from Connecticut.
I know, right? It's like
where did we find him?
Again, that's
how did we get, like, I would love Luke, if you can get a question in that and QB.
Oh, there you go.
That would be a good question.
Yeah.
Because I would love that story of like how.
Yeah. Yeah, from Connecticut of all places.
It's not really
that's again, I think, why like getting on ESPN2 and stuff like that, and getting, especially when you're at home, like getting that reach. And now it's so much easier to reach out because of social media and different things like that, to get people to see what, you know, how unique our stadium and our environment is. So, but I agree. It'd be really curious to see how the heck did that happen? Like, that's just unusual.
Yeah.
So, all right. So as I was taking pictures, this also happened. They celebrated our tennis team. They got to come out and put their
that's awesome.
The game and stuff. So Champions Night at Montana Grizz football, the men's tennis, because they were champs last year. So I thought that. And
I think the basketball team and the soccer team was there too.
Yeah. So that was pretty.
All champions. Yeah.
All right. So last one I've got. I think we just got a few more questions on Twitter too as we were talking.
Oh, really?
So last question here is will Hulk be able to embrace the explosive weapons we have by looking to score a lot with so many weapons, or will he just default back to just winning with defense and running out the clock?
That's gonna be the question, right? Yeah. Like we've been talking about that in this pod. Is we have so many weapons. Like, what is going to be? And I think it's going to be by team, by who we're facing.
Yeah.
Because like right now, like we said against UND, the middle of the field is going to be open. So that's going to be good for your tight end, Josh Gale. It's going to be the guys that are able to have really sure hands that can get to the middle of the field and have quickness. So that would be Bohannon. That would be Brooks. That would be Bridges. He's quick. He just needs to catch the ball. But then also it's going to be really good for our running back. So I think it's going to be by who we're playing and by situation.
Yeah, and that's the best way is to figure out what's the defense is most susceptible to. But I think part of the question is like the old Bobby ball, what people talk about, where just grind it out, you know, once you get the lead, grind that lead out. I think what showed me too is letting, pushing Eli to get almost 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, he's trying to, and then feeding the ball to Wortham. Like, it doesn't, like, there was times in the past, and I think this is where this comes up, when we weren't getting the ball to Bergen.
No,
it was like, hey, what are we doing? Like, that's the guy, get him the ball. It didn't feel like that this weekend.
No, it didn't.
It felt like we were trying to get the ball to spread out to the playmakers. And if someone's going off, keep feeding it to him. We kept feeding Wortham and stuff. And some of that, too, maybe Ayat's progression, going, I'm going to get the ball to this guy because he's having a hell of a game sort of thing.
Well, I think it's coaching staff, too, realizing that they've got playmakers and they have to be able to have some type of a game plan to do this.
And in this day and age of college football, if you're not getting your playmakers the ball,
they're leaving.
Bye-bye. They'll just leave. They'll leave. Where before, when you signed up, it was so hard to transfer to another school or get out. They had you. Once they got you, they had you. And now you're constantly recruiting your own players and trying to keep them there because, they're going to leave. And now the other thing on the side of that is you can't be scared to let them leave. Like, if they get really good, so be it. We're going to have to find the next one. But why hold them back? Why not take advantage of them while they're there? So,
that
was a good question.
That was a good question.
Let's see here. Let me just double check the X here because I thought I saw a couple more.
I was checking too.
Nope, didn't see that. Hang on, I got another one over here. Sorry.
Did you get Zachary Lords?
I thought I don't. Maybe I missed Zachary's because all I had was what do you got?
It says, any insight into why Finoti and other presumptive players didn't dress for the game? Injury, discipline, mind games. Also, the white unis at the blackout game were an interesting choice. Injury, discipline, mind games.
I think it was more just making sure if they're not 100%. There could be discipline too. Like, that's one of the things you never find out about. But, there are certain rules and you break them. Well, that's part of it, but I think it was less that and more, we have all these weapons and all these players. But if you need one more week, by God, let's get you one more week, then rather than putting you out there. So,
Bridger Lord said, not a question, but it has to be said. Poor Bobcats.
Oh, yeah.
Zachary Lord also said, I don't know if you went over this one. Wow, despite D2 opponent, there is so much to be excited about. The same things that we need to work on. What is the most important thing we needed to take on UND next weekend?
I think the big one is just, doing your job, like on the defense, doing their jobs. Because, like, if you start thinking you know what you're doing and let your player go, that's what opens up with all the misdirection that they run. That's what caught Kansas State off. I don't think they were ready for all the misdirection and the different things they were doing. And we got to stop the run.
We got to stop the run. Got to stop that quarterback
and the running backs. So we do that, and I'm excited for it. Like, it's not like I'm going into UND all going, oh boy. Like, the other thing that I know we have a lot of new players, but this is still a revenge game too.
It is.
We screwed up. We had that game 1 last year, and we pissed it away. there's going to be a little of that too, because we want these guys, and we got them in our house now. Let's go kick their ass. Like that's
exactly.
So
I second that motion.
So,
I think that's all. That's all the questions I had.
think so too. If we missed one, we're sorry. Let us know. We'll make sure. We try to make. We're both screenshotting them all now. Like,
Exactly.
I screenshot them. Like, and I'm also doing that for anything interesting. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I try to screenshot a little here and there just to.
We did get Did you see that we got a commitment prior to the game? Rodney Witherspoon,
cool.
DB from Texas.
Sweet. I know that we had a lot of players there because I saw some people like high school players posting and stuff, pictures of the game and stuff. So
whoever did the artwork, great job. There's like Grizzlies with the flag and then the mountains.
Yeah, that kid. So he was getting recruited by the neighbors and like Navy, I think, or Air Force, and he's fully committed. Like
his film looks awesome. So I'm really excited to see him. So out of Texas.
That's awesome. So I thought there was a bunch of kids that were there with their folks.
Yep.
At the games posted on X and stuff. So here's one thing I'll throw out there. One thing that helps, and I don't think we talk about it enough.
No, we don't.
These kids post it, like it, repost it, throw comments to Go Grizz underneath it. Like
exactly.
They like it shows them how committed Grizz Nation is.
Yep.
Again, like Cody last week talked about it at Boise State. I was thinking about when I was watching them play Eastern. He's like, they don't have the number of podcasts or the number of fans. I mean, like they have fan support, but not like this. Like,
no.
It's special here for a reason. Like people love it. And we actually heard that from a parent. They were there this weekend, and they said how amazing it was, the environment, how nice everybody is across Missoula, like as they were going different places, and just how amazing this place is. And it's special. Yeah. Like, and that's, it helps get these kids there and their parents too. Like they're part of the decision making when they come. If they see how good of an experience is and how like good the fans are and everybody, it's going to make them want to help like their kid. Hey, maybe this is the place you want to go over the other one.
Well, definitely. And I know myself and Luke do reply, like, tweet, retweet. But guys, it really does help. We've heard from other parents, we've heard from past players that it does help. It does make them feel wanted. It makes them feel like, hey, Grizz Nation is huge, which it is.
It is.
So definitely, let's use that to our advantage. Yeah. And use it to our advantage. If you guys see somebody that's linked up to being offered, go like it. Say Go Grizz. Can't wait to watch it wear the maroon and gold, or maroon and silver. Gosh. Oh man. So yeah, definitely do that, because I think it will help us in the long run. Yeah. And also it makes the day. Like it makes somebody's day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I got one last little plug.
Okay.
This last week, tickets went on sale in Rapid City, South Dakota, where I live, at the Monument. The Lady Grizz are going to come play the Jackrabbits here in Rapid City.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I'm right now working on setting up like either a tailgate or some kind of party or something like that. So anybody that comes, I already got front row tickets.
Oh, awesome.
I bought them instantly. So I got front row seats to the Lady Grizz, but we've got quite the Grizz contingent here in South Dakota, not far away. And I've actually had a lot of people reach out saying, hey, we're going. So more to come on that. But hey, if you're going to be in the area, I think it's November 15th. Let me just double check. November 15th.
Yeah.
So if you're in town, come down.
We'll have to get Nate Harris on too to interview him for the upcoming season and promote that for him.
Absolutely. So that'll be cool. The Jacks did that last year, trying to spread it around South Dakota because they're all on the eastern side and we're over in the west. Well, this one works out perfect because we got the Lady Grizz coming in, and I think they're going to be surprised how many Grizz fans are going to show up in the maroon and stuff, and all these South Dakotans that I've converted to Grizz fans too. I've got some friends that are actually Yote fans. They're like, hey, we'll root for the Grizz that game just because they don't like the Jacks. So
nice.
We're going to that too. So it'll be pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, guys, like we always say, remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. I think we're still sitting at like 52 reviews and 52 5 stars on Apple. Also, you can get us on YouTube. You see our beautiful mugs here. We are part of the FCS Fans Nation network on YouTube. There's a lot of podcasts out there that are a part of that. So different kind of areas of football. There's a Jackrabbit one. There's a national one where they go over a lot of those things. But definitely give it a listen. Go give us a listen. And then also, guys, we love that. That's probably one of the best things is when people reach out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's great to hear feedback. And so leave us messages. You can get us on Facebook at our personal ones, but you can also get us on Instagram at Fight on Montana and on Twitter as well. And so you definitely get a hold of us. We want to hear from you.
I forgot. I missed one.
You did?
Yes. So Brandon Webster messaged me. He is the guy. He had a shirt on. It said "Straight Out of the Oven," and it looks like Straight Out of Compton or like.
That is awesome.
And then in the back, it's 37 with flames on it.
Oh,
black. So that was his shirt. And then his wife, her black shirt had the Grizz paw with like the script in the pad of the paw, and it says "Football, my second favorite F word." I was like, that is awesome.
You have to send me those.
I'll send you. I forgot to send you this. And then on top of that, I'm going to see if this will work. Let's see if I can hold this up. They made Mike Farrader into a ferret, and they had this at the game, holding this up so that everybody can see it. They're like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Dude, that is awesome."
That's so funny.
So they had that poster. Here's the actual poster, so you can see it. But Mike
That's
Farrader as
funny.
a ferret. Because they sit right over by the tunnel, the visiting team tunnel. He said, he goes, "I got many laughs for this sign, and the Straight Out of Oven shirt was a hit." I was like, he was worried people would, what they think about it. I was like, dude, I'd buy one of those.
I'd buy one of those. That's awesome.
Straight out of the oven. Here, I think I might.
I bet you Clay would love one of those too.
Here, so you can see if you're on the Straight Out of the Oven, and then look at this, the 37 with the flames.
That's
just
awesome.
Wicked cool.
That's
kind of old school colors almost, but so thanks for reaching out, Brandon. I can't wait to see like what he's got for this game. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so cool. Very, very cool. So
cool, guys. Well, like we said, let us know what you guys want to hear and what if you guys agree with us or don't agree with us. But until next time, as always, go Grizz.
Go Grizz.